Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the start of another wonderful, wonderful week. Um, quite frankly, we've earned it. We've earned another wonderful week to enjoy with ourselves. And um, check this out. Biff sent us a letter. Captain Chris, what kind of workout routine is your house doing? You're pouring protein shakes on the siding because I can't believe how swole your place is getting. Here's a little house warm-up gift built like a house, Biff. I find it extra interesting that Biff, of all people, is sending us letters because, quite frankly, he is slowly becoming the antagonist of this series. It seems like he finds every opportunity to be a troublemaker and a bit of a nuisance. But, you know, he's still our hippo, and I still appreciate him, so we'll accept it. But how are you guys doing this weekend? It's a Sunday, and I like Sunday as a bit of a refresher, a time to take a deep breath, let it out, and well, for me personally, I think everybody should be able to pick up a good book or a great game or something, and just kind of find a little bit, just kind of what is it like? Not touch grass, but like get back in touch with your base, and reaffirm the things you believe in to help further educate yourself on where you're trying to go with things. For me, that good book is none other than, well, what one might consider the good book. And today, the verse that kind of sticks to my mind, it actually sticks to my mind a lot more frequently than not, is the idea of, there's a lot of verses that support this one, but the first and foremost, most basic and straightforward way of saying it is, so then you will know them by their fruits. It's from the Gospel of Matthew, good book, chapter 7, verse 20, and basically it's a part of a greater selection where it basically says that you will know someone or something, the literal analogy is something, by the fruit that it bears. So I can tell an apple tree from an apple tree because it bears apples, and same for cherries in this case, or pears, or anything else. And then if there's a tree that's not fruit bearing, I can also tell that it is no good for fruits because, well, it has no fruit. And basically, people are the exact same way. If you meet a person who is establishing themselves as the kind of person who does not do good things, you will be able to easily tell, strictly based off the fact that their actions, the life that they live, does not bear the good fruit of being a kind or generous or otherwise the kind of person you may feel like you wish to be around. And that's pretty much like the long and short of it. I've always been a really big fan of the gospel with all of the different references to gardening and whatnot. And it really, really just kind of, I feel like it's the best possible analogy that one can use when it comes to just kind of cultivating. See what I did there? Cultivating a good and proper life. Now, what dictates a good and proper life can, vary based off person to person, but I think there are various qualities that, regardless of what you believe in, for the here, the now, the later, or anything other than that, that we can agree that these other things are pretty much like the standard issued. Like, I think it doesn't matter if one person believes in a giant baloney monster, or if somebody believes in, say, just I don't know, deities who shoot lightning bolts from their fingertips or anything like that. Like, I think, regardless of what anybody may differentiate their opinions on these things, there are certain things that we can all come to an agreement on are pretty much the bare minimum for coexisting with one another. And I think some of those things are pretty much like, the obvious things, like, don't take something that doesn't belong to you, don't kill people, um, and pretty much like a lot of stuff like that. Just be a good person. And there really isn't a debate, at least I wouldn't assume that there'd be a debate as to what pertains in regards to a good person. Like, I think we all can pretty much identify what are characteristics that we find ideal in our neighbors and things that we really rather not have. I would rather not have somebody who, I don't know, flirts with my spouse or kicks my dog or makes fun of my children. And I'm pretty sure that most people can agree to this. And we just have this mutual understanding and respect for one another where it's like, okay, cool, you don't try to steal my spouse or kick my dog or mock my children, and I will do that to yours. And we say, fair enough, that sounds good to me. And then we just live our lives. Like, we don't have to live with each other, but we can definitely live adjacent to each other without having any issues. And I think as long as the core tenets of whatever philosophy you follow go along those lines, then I don't see why we can't all just, share this big, beautiful, wonderful world. But going back to the whole idea of the fruits discussion, it's like the example I gave. Like, you'll know an apple tree from the apples that it grows, orange trees from that, cherries, etc., etc. And if you come across somebody who, for a very long time, let's say you come across a tree, right? Let's take the parable as the most literal thing. You come across a tree in the middle of the woods, and it bears no fruit. Okay, fair enough. It does not bear fruit. Perhaps this is not its season for bearing fruit, right? So then you don't hold it against it, and you leave, and you come back later on. When you come back, it still bears no fruit. And then again and again and again, it continues to bear no fruit. Hello, kid. You're going to join our island, it would seem. But eventually you get to a point where it becomes pretty obvious that this tree is not a fruit-bearing tree. So the idea that you should depend on it to have such fruits or anything like that for respectfully, so I say this is a foolish endeavor. You should move here. Let's see. What are we saying? Go check with the VIP badge island first. You know if this is a jet. Guten Tag. Cool. So you get to a point, it's pretty obvious that a tree that has not bared any fruit in a short time, and especially in a long time, probably isn't a fruit-bearing tree, and to depend on it to have such good fruits is a fool's endeavor. Meanwhile, if you come across a tree that does bear fruit, say it has come across an apple tree, then you'll know that, okay, that tree that tree is a fruit-bearing tree for apples. You know that as long as it's properly watered and so on and so forth, it'll continue to grow apples. And as long as you nurture that, that's something you can look forward to. You're always going to know it's going to be a good apple tree. As long as it's well taken care of, its needs are met, it will continue to do that. Try talking them into here. He wants to live here. But that's more or less what that pertains to. But as for today, let's talk about Animal Crossing for a little bit. So we got our campsite, we got it up. Basically, we are trying to get some new villagers on the island currently, and apparently I missed like a whole bunch of stuff early on. So, in order to get more plots for our animals, we need to be doing various things that I've been missing out on, and yeah, that's my bad, guys. I'm sorry, but we're working on it. We got Kid here, who I believe is a bit smug. Oh, we got a fishing tournament that is this Saturday. Ooh. So I will either do that for next Sunday's episode, or I might do it for the Friday stream. I'm not entirely certain. You can go either which way. But we got our first fishing tournament. Yeah, let's go. Now, where do we want to put Kid's little house? I think Kid will be fine just right over here, right? Maybe not like too close to my rock, though. I kind of like my rock. Let's put Kid here. Let me imagine it. As long as it doesn't get rid of that tree right there, which I don't think it should. Yeah, sounds fantastic. We'll put him right here. And it says the kid is moving in, right? Perfect. That was quick and easy. But what I might try to do, actually what we might do is the fishing tournament we'll do on Sunday. And for Friday, on the stream, we will do a look for some mystery villagers. Maybe. I'm not entirely certain. Alright, let's see. I'm not sure how frequently we can actually do these. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it the day before, the day after. Maybe I'll check it out Thursday. Let's see if I can get it then. Not sure, but we're coming along, though. Quite nice. Cozy little island, getting a whole bunch of new animals here and about. I guess, out as a courtesy, we can go tell him also that, we got a spot ready for him. I should put a bridge that leads up here. That would probably be also quite useful. Hey, kitty poo. Yeah, you're gonna live here now. Our first little smug turd burglar. So, quite the interesting cast of villagers, and I'm not certain if we're going to keep doing random villagers, or if maybe we should try to at least get like some control. Seems Lily's going to be a popular pick at some point. I almost feel like we should definitely get Lily on our island as our little frogoletta. I also kind of want Julian on the island too. I think he'd be a great addition. Other than those two, I'm not entirely certain who else I would like to have, because I feel like, we should have like our main cast of villagers, and then what I'd like to do later on is, once we have a full roster, is maybe spend every month, like at the beginning and end of every month, maybe we should like vote off a villager and vote in a new villager. So like, I think what we would do is we would decide who should move in, and also who should move out. That is a banded dragonfly. They are worth quite a bit of money, considering we still have a lot of debt to worry about. And we missed them. Was that a Darner or another bandit? Oh, that's just a Darner. Oh, man. Where'd it go? Did it just go to the ocean? Oh man, these stupid banded dragonflies. Alright, so as long as we can trick it into the ocean, then we can catch it real easy. I mean, as long as, right? Oh, come on. What are we doing here? Thank you. Such an annoying little bug. I can never stress it enough, though, how much easier it is to catch them in this game than it's ever been. In case you missed the stream, all of these little bibitrees that we got going on over here, those are going to be our pears, because pears are worth more than cherries on this island. And pretty much anything we can do to help just kind of like push our money growth. Quite frankly, we probably could have paid off our debt super quick, all things considered, since we've been getting a lot of produce from our vegetable garden that's been selling for quite a bit. If we had just planted a much bigger crop size, then our yield probably would take care of a whole bunch, which, you know, one could easily like take that full circle back around, like, you know, see, this is why we need to invest in our fruits, even though only the tomatoes and the pumpkins are technically fruit. And oh my goodness, my poor hippo, she's sick. We gotta go get her some medicine, guys. I don't have to get her medicine ASAP, but I feel like I should. Well, since I'm gonna go sell stuff, we'll go identify these fossils right quick. That way we can sell the fossils, get the money, and then take the money to go buy the medicine and heal her up. Let's see. Assess fossils. Let's see. So, just gotta assess these fossils right quick. And we got something new. So how many new fossils do we get? We got just one. Cool, cool. Don't know what the is, but you know, something. Sorry, Blathers, I'm not really big on the whole presentation. I just need to get a bunch of money so I can take care of my poor hippo. The hippo I like, not the other one. You know, when I first met Biff on our island, I was really looking forward to us being like good friends. And how somewhat betrayed I am in my heart that he just turned out to be such a terror. Just best way to put it, he's just become a terror. He's just a menace on the island, and I don't know. I don't know how to word it. He's just. I really thought he was gonna be like we were gonna be like good friends, but we've slowly devolved into a. It's like a silent war that he's just going to get under my skin, and I'm going to pretend like it doesn't bother me, but in reality, I'm just like, oh man, this hippo. I'm gonna get him one day. Got some good selection today in the shop, which confuses me. I feel like we've probably bought enough things for them to do the upgraded Nook's Cranny, but I guess not yet. Alright, next thing's up. We gotta come over here and buy one piece of candy and the medicine. So there's the candy that we get one of. Bada boo. And then we also need the medicine. That way we can take care of our little hippo Bubbles. And be good neighbors. Now, I'll be quite honest with you, between talking about Animal Crossing and just talking about whatever it is I'm babbling about, I'm not entirely certain what the true direction I'm supposed to be going with all this. I feel like, ooh, boogers everywhere. Probably got the hipporona. Here, have some medicine. Oh, that's cute. She put her little paper tiger on display that she got from Biff. A tea and towel. Don't know what that is, but that's what we have now. If I were to keep all of the villagers on this island for certain, like not vote anybody off, just try to make the best out of what we got. She shipped so hard with my Biff, but that's assuming I am willing to tolerate Biff for the long haul. Get our daily DIY. Yes, I would love to learn how to make such things. Our pumpkins grew yesterday. That's what I do on the days off. Is I just kind of like water our crops, pick them if they're ready to go, yada yada, whatever. And our pumpkins matured, and because they're completely random as to what you get, what we ended up getting was every color of pumpkin except for the white ones. So that's where we're at with those. Not the worst thing, right? Trying to find the money rock right now. Oh, there's another DIY. Help us continue to build up our resume. Oh, a bamboo sphere. But yeah, like I was saying I don't know. I like to have the topics of the day because they kind of give me a little bit extra to babble about here and there. But you tell me, do you prefer if I just ramble about whatever? Or if it's better if I just talk about the game that I'm playing. Because, when you upload 3 videos a week, and then there's 52 weeks in a year, and that's 150 days out of a year, more or less, that you're hopping onto a game and just talking about whatever that game is. And I think a lot of people could say, not even at 150, just a regular 50, they'll probably run out of things to say in regards to a game. So that's why I wonder, is it better to talk specifically about Animal Crossing, or should we talk about other things as well? And that's kind of where the verses on Sundays and the topic of the day on, hey, Walker, hey, buddy. Oh, you got fleas? Bro, I'm sorry. No. Come back. I got you. I was just trying to get your fleas for you. Oh, how'd I miss them? It would help if you weren't running around, my sweet baby boy. See, I like how most of your villagers are mammals, so it makes sense that they have fleas, and even the birds are okay. But when you randomly have something like one of the octopus or something like that, and then they have fleas, I'm like, wait, what? Question mark? How? I didn't even know they could have fleas. But oh yeah, see, I'm just meandering off topic. Just the idea of having these extra topics in the verses and whatnot, okay, cool. They're pretty cool. They're fun. They give me something to talk about that's not entirely just the game. Helps relieve with burnout. I just wonder, what is the expectation? I feel like the expectation should just be you just talk about, honestly, just talk about whatever you're comfortable with, right? That's what your signature is. To be doing anything outside of the ordinary for what your personality would be is kind of where things get strange. So yeah, maybe that is what it is. Just kind of keep on prattling. I have plenty of stories, surely. I mean, Animal Crossing, but there's also a lot of other things that you just take into consideration too. So maybe it's gonna be like a combination of the two. Just kind of talk about Animal Crossing, um, talk about whatever topics come up as well. Um, when I do the verses on Sundays, it is to help others, but it also helps myself as well to just kind of spread the message out there and just have like more ideas and whatnot. Help me just kind of better grasp my own sense of understanding of things. Can I sell some land? Okay, so I can do the sell some land. I'm not certain how. We'll do one for now. Sure. All right. And I just don't know if the housing kit is placed first or if it's place like if like do they have to build the plot first and then the animals move in the next day, or if it's ASAP. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna put like an animal. I don't know if I want to put one right there. Let me check the map real quick. So we have 4 animals over here. I probably should put another bridge down at some point. We removed a lot of the trees over here, which has given us more room to put animals. But I'm not entirely certain where. We could put an animal on the beach, too. I do forget that we do have the availability to put an animal on the beach. I could put one right here. Not here, like move it up one. And right here we could probably put an animal. No, not entirely. But you get the vibe. Like I could put one right here maybe. No, it would have to be like right here. It keeps putting me too close to the ledge. Okay, it would be like right here, I believe. Alright, so we can put an animal on the beach if we wanted to. I don't think I really want to put an animal on the beach just yet. I don't mind putting an animal like right here, though. Too close to the ledge, so just push it back one. Let me imagine it. So, based off what I imagine will be, tells me what it is. Okay. So, I think we need to put the plot down, and then we can find another animal. Gotcha. So, we'll see. Friday we'll definitely put an animal down, or maybe we'll put an animal down throughout the week. Maybe that's what we can do. Find some random animals here and there. Not sure, but we'll see. But that's pretty much it for now. We got some stuff. I'll figure out what we're gonna do with the plots, but taking a look at this real quick. Going back full circle, basically. Just gonna revisit where we started with it all. As you see, all of these trees, they bear cherries. And that's basically what it says when you go to Matthew 7:20. So then you will know them by their fruits. They give examples of how grapes don't grow on the briars or the thorns or whatnot. No, if you're looking for grapes, they're going to grow on the grape plant. And so if you are of a good plant, essentially, lots of analogies going on there, then it will show. It will show as you water that good plant, you will see the good fruits that will grow from there. But if you are watering or investing a lot into one that is not a good fruit-bearing plant, then it does not matter how much you do, it will never show. So it's best to make sure that you invest in the good things, and that will allow you to find the evidence of your labors and be rewarded greatly for that. So think about that a little bit. But overall, it's the start of another wonderful week. I love you guys. God loves you, especially. But yeah, I just really am looking forward to what we have going on. As always, streams on Fridays. We got 2 more uploads throughout the week. And I'm also working on something a little bit extra, a little bit spicy, trying to do another playthrough of another game, just kind of throw it out there, just as a little bit of an extra reward, a little extra seasoning on the steak, if you will. But we'll see. We'll get there when we get there. But in the meantime, again, love you all. God bless. I'll see you real soon. And until next time, well, toodles.